Welcome back to our last lesson of Adobe After Effects. In this lesson, we are going to learn about camera tracking. In the previous lesson, we learned about motion tracking and also doing whatever we can with a bit of, text edit and also a bit of motion and animation that can be applied to a specific composition. But in this lesson, I'm going to show you about camera tracking, and also at the end, I'm going to show you 3D animation or 3D text which you can work with on Adobe After Effects. So I'm going to do is minimize it, and I'm going to do is just delete it because I don't need it anymore. I'm going to press on delete, and this is going to be our main composition. And I'm going to do is first off open up a video file from my PC. Let me just show it to you later on. Now you can see that I have my video that is over here. I'm going to do is make this a composition too. So I'm going to do is click on over here, drag it up, and this has turned into a composition. Now the first thing I'm going to do is going to be layering up or wherever I want it to be. So I'm going to do is first off drag it over here. I'm going to select on this video, and this is basically the whole video. So I'm going to just delete it. I'm going to delete one of them, delete, and keep this on over here. And I'm going to do is do the same thing just I did on my previous lesson, which is going to be camera tracking this time. And also when I do camera tracking, what I'm going to do is give you a couple of briefs and also how you'll be able to work on it, like add in text. Okay, so first off, I'm going to do is click on these characters, and you will find the option of tracker on your right side. And on your right side, we're going to do the same thing, but this time we're going to do is track the camera. So I'm going to click on track camera, even though if it's like 3D camera use only in composition panel. So I'm going to do is, if it's on composition panel, I'm going to do is click it over here and analyzing in background step 1 of 2, and it's going to analyze all of it. Obviously it's going to take a bit of a time, and make sure to use it on the composition layer instead of the layer. Okay, so I'm going to do is wait for a while, and you can see that this is rendering, and after a while it will take, even though if it's the video is not moving that much, you have to make sure the video has some something like the camera is moving and all of those, and obviously then you will be able to track the camera. And if it's not like that, then make sure to use a video which is going to be something like the camera is moving. So I'm going to show you that type of footage too at the same time. As you can see that my analyzation has been done, and you can just press on analyze this time. You can see on the left side of this panel, you will find out this analyze option. Click on analyze, and it will analyze all of the data or the camera for you. Now, as it is like analyzing in the background, you can do whatever you want to do on the background. And after it is done, you can see the fixed angle of view, 3D solve, and all of those. You can see the tracking point size, the target size, and all of them. But at the same time, what you have to keep in mind is that after you are done with those camera, let's say the camera tracking, you'll find out that some videos might contain something like it is in a fixed position, just like this one. But if you use different ones, such as the camera is moving from the right to left or the left to right, or maybe upwards to downwards and downwards to upwards, then it's going to change, and it's obviously going to need a 3D camera viewer or a 3D camera tracker for you, so that you can track the camera. And after you are done with that, you can just use this option. There is this option of choose grid and guide option, and you will also find out an option which is going to be called the camera setup. You can see it from over here, which is going to be take snapshot, but you can also see show snapshot. But there is going to appear up another of these boxes of this, where you will be able to use it up as, let's say, the active camera or whichever camera you want to use. And you can see the 2% frame of this 360 has been done. So obviously it's going to take a bit of a time. You can see the time remaining is 2 minutes. So I'm going to wait up for a while, and then later on show you how it actually works up. Now we are done analyzing, but you can see the analysis solved has failed. The analysis solve has failed because the camera is not moving that much, and the camera is on a fixed position. Okay, but you can see a lot of these dots that are appearing up, and those are the points. So what we can do is obviously go up above. Let's say I'm going to do is take it up a bit above, and you will find these options. From here, what we can do is select on these points. Let's say I'm going to select on these points. I'm going to zoom in a bit more. And in these points, what we can do is you can delete the selected points, or you can add in whatever you want. Let's say here, I'm going to do is select both of them. select on Shift, right click on it, and you can delete them if you want to. But if you don't want to, just press on Ctrl Z and they will be reverted back again. You can just click on 3D solve and it will appear like this. It is not solved yet. So what you can do is shot type, let's say variable zoom, specific types. You can do that too. But just like I showed you, sometimes some videos might not work or some footages might not work. So I'm going to do is delete this video and use another one which actually has tracking up camera option. So I'm going to click on file and import it up over on my Adobe After Effects. Click on file. I'm going to do is import another video. Now you can see that I have another of this composition or video applied to my Adobe After Effects. We're going to do the same thing, track the camera, and it's going to take a bit of time to analyze the background. And after a while, when we are done, we're just going to like see if it actually works on this video too. Now we are done analyzing this video too, so I'm going to do is see how it actually functions up. You can see it is going on to the left side. Then what you can also do is like fix out a couple of parts. First off, I'm going to do is click on this create camera. And after I press on create camera, you will see that it will turn into something like this, and this is how it will function. So first off, I'm going to do is click on this part. Let's say I'm going to click on over here and make this up. I'm going to do is go up above there and right click on it. Let's say I'm going to right click and create a text. And here what we're going to do is going to be adding in my text. Let's say I'm going to type in, okay, seconds, or maybe let's say I'm going to click on this over here again and zoom out and make sure just play it. I'm just going to play it up and you can see the text is still over there and it is going or like tracking the camera and keeping the text on wherever it needs to be. Okay. So now you know how you'll be able to track your camera and also add in text according to that. I'm going to do is just play it back again and you can see this is basically how it works. Okay. So I'm going to do is keep it over here. And as we are done with this text part and also our camera, you can like edit in your camera wherever you want to. You can just click on this and just extend the size and then make sure to like transform or use the camera option wherever you want. So this is basically what you need to learn about this camera option in Adobe After Effects. I'm going to just press on Ctrl Z because I had my perfect position, and you can just fix out whichever position of camera you want to use. You can see that there is this perspective too where it's going to get up to the backside of this video and then, you know, make a couple of changes. So you can like apply text or whatever you want on the specific parts of the specific video or the footage. Okay, then you can also use these couple of tools which you'll be able to do, and if you want to press on C, you will be able to rotate it however you want. But as it is not a video, okay, so you can't change it wherever you want. So I'm going to just press on play and you can see that there are a couple of these keyframes that are applied over here, and according to the points you will be able to add it up wherever you want to. So as you know how you'll be able to work with camera positions, now the next thing what we're going to learn about is going to be making it into a 3D model, or let's say a 3D part where you will be able to, let's say, make up your video a bit better, okay, and which will look a lot more better too. So to do that, what we're going to do is going to be making our geometry. What you're going to do is right click on it, make sure to open up a new one, or let's say if you want to open up a geometry layer, just click on geometry and you are going to find that up on our layers option. So I'm going to do is make sure to open it up. Let's find it up on our effect options first, and if we don't find it on our effects, so what we're going to do is open up another layer. So here what we're going to do is click on effects and presets. And let's say from here, we are going to find out something different. We are going to now make up a 3D one. So I'm going to do is click on composition, click on new composition, and I'm going to do is click on 3D render and make sure to click on 4D cinema. And which if you click on about, you're going to see that there are a lot of things which are going to appear up. So I'm going to click on, like, let's say I'm going to click on 4D cinema, 4D. If it's not working, just click on the Cinema 4D and you will be able to select on it comp size, let's say 4000, press on OK, and after you're done, just click on Cinema 4D, and if it's still not working, just press on OK and you are good to go. Now after you're done with the composition one, what you're going to do is going to be adding in Cinema 4D over here. So I'm going to do is press on Control Z, and after you're done, what you're going to do is click on the Cinema 4D over here. And what we're going to do is open it up, Cinema 4D, and then make more changes on the specific one. So I'm going to click on the Cinema 4D, and let's say I'm going to do is click on the Cineware and apply it on over here. Now that is applied on this, you can see the Cinema 4D. If it's still not applied, what you can do is go off the effects, and here we have our 3D camera tracker. And in the camera tracker, we have all of these options. Okay, we can just increase the point size, the target size, all of them just the way we want it. We can render them too, and we can also show track points. Let's say I'm going to keep it 3D solved, and let's say I'm going to fix the, let's say, variable zoom. And after we're done, what we're going to do is go off the text, because we are done with this. I'm going to do is click on this text option, and from here we have our geometry option, okay, because we added in our 4D. But what we're going to do over here is going to be our material option. So here what we're going to do is cast on shadow, let's say light transmission on, and keep the diffuse somewhere around 80. Okay, so I'm going to click on 80, keep it, let's say I'm going to keep it on 49, and as we're done, I'm going to do is increase the spectacular or specular intensity. Even you can see analysis solve failed, we're going to keep it like that. So after we're done, what we're going to do is find it out over here. You can see this is rendering, and after it will be done rendering, it will show us, and you know, just the way we want it or the result we want. So I'm going to do is open it up just like this, and after we open it up, I'm going to do is play it up. Let's say I'm going to play, and you can see it is taking a bit of time to render it up, but we can apply a lot more things than just that. We can just add in lights too. So I'm going to do is click on it. I'm going to do is decrease this extension. So I'm going to do is select on the text, right click on it and click on new, and here I want to use light. And from here, I want to use a different color from this panel, let's say somewhere around over here. Press on OK and press on OK, and we are done with this light. What we're going to do is take this light a bit above over here. So we have our light, and then you can fix out your camera position if you want to. You can see that there is this option of camera, active camera, just like I told you from the beginning of this lesson. You'll be able to fix it up according to your desire. So I'm going to do is select this camera, active camera option over here. I'm going to do is take it around over here, select this camera, and on the front, I'm going to select on this, zoom out, and this is the text and this is the light. So I'm going to take it over here. Let's say I'm going to select on this anchor or this tool over here. I'm going to do is take it over here. And if you're still not able to use that, what you're going to do is take this up, hold on a shift, and what we're going to do is going to be zooming in a bit more. Select on this text tool, and we are going to change the front to, let's say, the left, and we're going to find out the text. What we're going to do is keep it, I'm going to select on this and keep it around over here so that it is like the light is affecting it. So I'm going to click on this X and Z and take it a bit in front of it. So now it is like in front of the text, which is at the left. I'm going to do is go at the top and find out the text too from over here. I'm going to do is select it from this. Then I'm going to do the same thing on the back. I don't need it from the back, so I'm going to do is just go off the back and go off to right. And this is basically our text over there. I'm going to do is find out another one. Let's say the bottom. So we are done on all sides. I'm going to do is just active camera. And what we're going to do is just try playing it. So I'm going to do is take it at the front of this video. And I'm going to play it up and see if it actually works. You can see that the text is now in different color, even though it's like, you know, in bright color, so it is not that visible, but yet it is like totally visible, right? So you can see the light has been affecting that specific text, okay? Because you can see the light is affecting the color of the text, which was white in color. So now you know how you'll be able to apply these type of effects on a specific, you know, like a video or composition, and you can also do camera tracking, use animation, and a lot of stuff. So hope you understood everything about this lesson on how you will be able to use camera tracking, and also how you'll be able to use, let's say, motion tracking. But what we're going to do is click on this active camera again, and I'm going to do is click on front. And when I click on front, you will see this option over here, and this is the camera. Okay, this is the camera. You can like move it, and you can see that this is the motion of the camera. It's going to go from this to this, and this is the light, and this is the actual text. Okay, so now you know how you'll be able to do all of these works on Adobe After Effects. So thank you for watching these videos until the end of this course, and what you're gonna do is just follow up these steps, and at the end you will get your end result. So thank you for watching these videos until the end, and thank you for staying with us.